Olá, bom dia. I don't speak fluent Portuguese, but I'm trying. Well, welcome back to my channel. Today, I actually wanted to talk about form and how to execute the perfect exercise. Now, I've spoken a lot about this in my app and with my coaching clients, but I noticed it's something that I haven't really shared on here. So today, I've just picked 3 exercises that I feel, from my understanding, that a lot of people need help with these 3 exercises. So let's just dive into it and just get on with what they are. So the first exercise that I'm going to take you through is performing the perfect push-up. Now, I actually personally really struggled with push-ups when I first started my fitness journey. And I'm not going to lie to you, it's something even today that I haven't managed to make it the best thing possible for myself. I'd love to be able to do a proper push-up, but I just don't really enjoy it. Let's just be honest with ourselves. So let's go into how this would look as a progress. Gotta tie the hair up. So there is various ways that we can start off. The first one is to start on all fours. And this is something I did a lot when I was postpartum. So you would come into an all fours position, you would make sure that you're connected through the core, the pelvis is nice and neutral, and your back is nice and straight. Your hands will be directly underneath your shoulders. You would keep those elbows tucked in, not tucking out, keep them in, and you would make sure that you're pushing those elbows towards your waist. You would make sure that you're keeping that chest nice up. Your eyes are directly facing in front of the mat. So it's not facing directly below you, but just slightly in front. So let's practice together. So connect with the core, push those elbows down and up. So this is the first way to do a push-up. The second way is to progress on to the knees. So it's keeping the exact same formula. You're keeping your pelvis tucked in, you're keeping that back nice and straight, you're pushing up through the chest and the shoulders, keeping again that chest nice and high, eyes facing slightly forward, and again, same thing, pushing those elbows in towards the waist. So again, a really nice and simple way to do this. Again, you want to make sure that you're puffing up through the shoulders, back nice and straight, keeping that bum and pelvis tucked in. Then of course, the next way that you could go into this would be into a straight push-up position where you're in a high plank position, butt is tucked in, glutes connected, pushing up through and puffing through the back of the shoulders, and again, lowering yourself down and pushing back up. So this is a really nice and easy way to progress. And again, you can even use the wall. If coming into all fours and going straight into here is too much, you can simply come onto a wall and do it that way. The next exercise that I'm going to take you through is the plank. So again, we've kind of just demonstrated how to do the plank. And for me, there is really only 2 ways that you can kind of do this. So the first is, depending on if you want to do high plank or low plank. Low plank is a lot easier, especially for people that might maybe have wrist injuries, or again, if you are pregnant or postpartum, sometimes our hormones get affected and we have less resistance in a way in our wrists. I know for me, my hormones did affect them a lot. So there's various ways in which we can do it. So you can start on your elbows and you can come down onto your knees. Again, keeping the exact same narrative as I said. You want to be tucking that bum in, so it's not sticking out, it's tucking in, squeezing the glutes and puffing up through the top of our shoulder blades. So you can come down into a plank this way, or you can come into a high plank like this. Again, tucking that bum in, keeping that chest, eyes facing forward. If you want to come into a high plank, but you're struggling with your wrists, you can use your fists as an alternative, like this. Then you would go into a high plank. Now again, an easier way to first of all start off is by coming into the elbows and forearms, tucking that bum in and puffing up, and then eventually you could progress. Now again, another way that you can do this is using the wall. This is a really great way to start, especially if you are, say, pregnant. This is a really great way for you to do it. For me, not only the progression part, but the most important element when you are doing a push-up and a plank is, again, just making sure that you are tucking that bum under, you're squeezing the glutes, rolling the pelvis so it's not sticking out. This is a no. You want to tuck in. See the difference? Tucking in, even when you're on the floor here. It's not this. We want to make sure we get rid of that arch. You're keeping that back straight and you are using your shoulder blades, pushing down on the floor and puffing the shoulders at the back. So it's not like this, it's puffing through, you're arching. This is what we want to do, keeping the eyes slightly forward. That to me is the biggest tip when you are doing planks as well as push-ups. And the final one is, let's talk about the perfect form when doing a squat, because I notice, I think even especially when I did, there's two obviously different ones that you could do. You could do a plie squat, or we could do the traditional squat. I'm going to be talking about the traditional squat. Now, when thinking about a squat, to just go, ooh, sticking that bum completely out. Yes, in a way, that's kind of what we want to do. But again, the most important thing to focus on is feet positioning. So you want your feet to be just slightly further than hip width apart. You want them to either be facing directly in front, or if you're doing a sumo squat, wider than hip width apart with your feet turned outwards, so in a diagonal. But let's just say we're doing a traditional squat here. Slightly further than hip width apart, feet facing forward. You are basically going to imagine that you have a seat behind you. You are going to try and get your bum to touch that seat. It is actually a great idea to use a chair to do this, so you can kind of understand pushing your bum back in the right direction. So we're going to be pushing back. You are not arching your back here, and no. You want to be keeping that bum tucked in, pushing down like you're going to sit, lifting up through the pelvic floor, keeping that back here nice and straight, chest always facing up, facing forward, head held high. You are going to push back onto the seat. Here, stop, come up. At the top, I want you to squeeze here, the glutes. So kind of like roll in almost and squeeze. Then lower back down. Can you see that I am not doing this? I'm not arching my back here. Yes, I'm trying to lean backwards, but I'm not arching my back up. I'm keeping it here. Pushing back, lower, come up, and squeeze. So practice again. Chest held high, push up, down, low, here, sitting, back nice and straight, chest high, facing forward, come up and squeeze. So I really hope that that helps a lot of you. If you have any questions, please let me know. And if there's any other exercises you would like me to explain how to do the correct form, please let me know in the comments and I will get back to you. Whew. So guys, that is the end of the video. I'm out of breath purely because I'm not feeling very well, hence why I sound a bit nasally. So thank you so much for watching. If you feel that you are struggling a lot with exercise and formations and how to do things correctly, please do apply for my coaching program, because I can help you with all of this very easily, and I can help you take you through every step of the way with exercise, nutrition and mindset. You can apply just below this video. But that is it from me. Hope everyone has a lovely day. I will see you all very soon. And that's it from me. Ciao, ciao, everybody, and speak soon.